Where you from though?
I'm from the east side of Harlem. Word, east side.
When I Googled Dollar Bill Kids, like your publications was coming up.
The Butter Beach joints?
Everything was coming up.
Well, the Dollar Bill Kids is like is a production company I started, and Butter Beats was just me solo as a producer. So it'd be like Butter Beats, me as the producer, and Dollar Bill Kids, it'd be like the production team. So I started that off with my boy Schizo.
How you started this?
Like I first started out DJing. So I was DJing for a little minute, just messing with the turntables. And even while you DJing, you know, you mixing sounds. So you mixing sounds and you catching the vibe with different instruments, you know, in the records. So from there, I just gravitated. First, you gravitated to recording, rapping. You know, in my grandmother's house, I would take like the inside of a toilet paper, make a microphone out of headphones, and think I'm a rapper. Her crib, go in, turn on the red light. So I started doing that. Then I just started getting into the beats. I had bought a mixer with a sampler on it. It would give me like 2-3 seconds of time. So I would sample these records for like 2-3 seconds and get like a nice little loop. And from there, I was just like, yo, let me just add some drums and start cooking. So this was probably like in '96. I would go around to order like the hot local DJs in the area, like DJ Orion. I would go to DOLLA, DJ Ray parties, all the hot DJs, and they would be mixing records, like mixing classics. So I would be hearing the vibes from what they was mixing. So when I got into sampling, I already had an ear of some dope, you know, some dope vintage music that the DJs was playing in my area. Chill Will, you know what I mean? So I from there, it was like I picked up. I would go to the parties with my uncle, and I would just be carrying the records. So I was a helper. I was just carrying the records, carrying the wire bag. And then from there, I was getting motivated seeing my uncle doing it in rock parties. I was like, yo, I want to get my own little equipment. My mom's bought me my first turntables. So I started doing parties in the neighborhood for like $200, $100, catching a little flow, making like 900, you know what I mean, to 1,000. And then from there, I just took off, bought my little pieces of equipment, bought my first, I think I had a KIDZ 20, my first sampler. From there, I took off. Then a Tascam 424 track. DJs, that's when I gravitated to the whole music, the whole production shit. So it was from DJing. That's how I got my first bit of money to buy pieces of equipment, anything was off of DJing. My first big music project was it was with Neo. She Got Her Own, with Neo, Jamie Foxx, and Fabulous. My sister, she had a connection to Neo, and she told me to send him some beats. So I sent her some beats, and this was like in 2000. I want to say 2008. I sent him a batch of beats, and he picked out the record that we now know as She Got Her Own.
Jamie Foxx has like 8 versions of it. And Neo has 1, but you are named the producer on both of those.
That's crazy because Neo used it as a bonus track on a Japan version of Year the Gentleman. So it was a bonus record on Neo's album, right? And then the record started picking up fire, and Jamie Foxx was like, let me use it as a single on my Intuition album. So I wound up getting, you know what I mean? I wound up catching 2 albums off that one record. So I was just like in the crib bugging out, you know what I mean? I just made the beat on my little equipment, and all this was popping. So it was just amazing, man. I was just blessed when that happened.
Wow, yeah, that's like a big deal. Like, you know,
yeah.
that's you hear that in the club right now. Like,
that's what I'm saying. She Got On was a nice record for the ladies. It was crazy. And then I came up doing rap, so I didn't even expect that. That was like, I just landed a joint for the ladies. Baby making music with Neo and Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? They're fabulous. These are head, you know, big names and shit. So I was amazed, man. Word, 'cause we as producers, we just cooked this up in our little zone. We ain't expecting, we don't know where these records are gonna take us, where these beats are gonna take us until they take us there. So once you see that and you like, damn, I did all this out of my little room, on my little setup. You always want that feeling after that. You like, oh my God, imagine how this feels times 10. Me and my nigga Vado had some mean sessions. I ain't gonna front. Me and Vado had some mean sessions. It's Chinks. I ain't gonna front. Rest in peace, Chinks. That's my bro. Like he'll come in and the vibe would just be so mellow and chill, and he'll get in the booth and knock out like 8 hooks quick, back to back, melodic, wavy joints, back to back quick. So it was like, and I only had like 2 sessions with him. So he did like 5 one day and like 4 another day. So it was like, if that was only 2 sessions, imagine, you know what I mean? So
he was, we lost a great one.
Vado and
sure.
Shanks. I got like soul pain music, so it's hard to kind of like catch some of the new melodic up and coming artists. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to gear into that sound now, collabing with dudes like my nigga Joe from Mario, my nigga Quiet. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get a feel for the new stuff that's going on, the melodic stuff. But for that soulful pain, you know what I mean? Some substance. I'm going. Shout out to my nigga Stupid. That's another producer I fuck with. Brother of mine, close brother. He had gave me the email to the Dream Chasers camp, so I started sending joints through there, and from there it was history. You know what I'm saying? I sent like, not too many producers get lucky like that through the email. Like, it's like you rather be close to the artist. You know what I'm saying? When you playing your beats and catching the zone, but me and Meek's chemistry came through the Gmail. It's crazy. Like the sound, you know, it was like going through the Gmail. That's how it worked. You know what I mean? And shout out to my bro Cruz. That's how I got up with Cruz too, through that whole camp. You know what I'm saying? It was really Stupid gave me the email, and then I linked with Cruz. That's Meek's engineer. And then from there it was history. You know, I got up with Cruz one time. We met, we vibed. It was a good vibe. And then I just kept sending joints through the email. And then from there it was history. We got Blue Notes. We got Miss My Dog's Blue Notes and Oodles and Noodles. And like a couple more records, you know, that's in a tuck fire joint. Like who I worked with from Harlem, I worked with Cam V. I worked with Ferg. I did Harlem. I love my Harlem niggas. I'm doing Philly now. I was just telling my dude I want to go to Chicago. I want to play some fire for them over there because I see it's real over there. So it's basically, I want to fuck with where it's real at, where they going through, you know, the real.
How about the other checks? Because I see you on the Grammy award-winning songs too. So how does that work? You sell a beat, is it a dub after that? What about the royalties? Like, how does that work?
Like, if somebody want to purchase a beat, whether it's major or whether it's a independent coming up label, they got to give you a producer declaration, meaning the splits of the beat and your fee for the beat. So the splits of the beat are important, because if you just take money for the beat and don't get to the splits of the song, like writers, publishers, you ain't gonna see no back end of the record. You know what I mean? When the money starts trickling down, it starts coming in. Every record takes probably like 6 to 8 months for you to even see residuals. But if you don't seal that contract with your back end, you know what I mean? Meaning like you want 50 as a producer, you get 50%. Publishers, 50% writers. Secure that. Once that's secure, talk some mechanicals, meaning sales. You know what I'm saying? You could get, some people get one quarter rate, 2 quarter rate, 3 quarter rate, 4 quarter rates. I try to get the 4. Sometimes I get the 3. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you don't want to beef with these major labels. You want to keep it all smooth. You know what I mean? A quarter. It might seem like something crazy, but if you just in it for that, you might burn your bridge pressing the envelope for a little extra quarter, or you know. So for the most part, you listen to the record. If you know it's a special record and you already got a catalog of hitting them with special records, now you not, you know, you can push the envelope. Y'all want 4 quarter rate. I want more upfront money. You know what I mean? Meaning like a producer's grind is like the upfront money. Like just to use the beat, they're gonna chip you off with some paper. That's, nobody sees nothing out of that. Meaning if you sign to anybody, that's all your money. So that's the producer grind right there. You want to get like 10 of those a year. So you get 5,000 here, 7,000 there, 6,000 here, 3,500 here. You know what I mean? That's all. You stack that. Then you gotta wait the 8 months for the back end to come in, meaning writers, royalties, mechanicals, publishings. You know what I'm saying? That comes in, and like 6 months to 8 months, you start seeing that pop up on your statements. But you gotta secure that on your contract. You gotta be all in paper. So for the most part, I got my lawyer, my attorney. Once it gets to that level, my lawyer goes in and makes sure all those points are right, mechanicals, publishing, writers, and it's a go from there. Once she tells me it's lit from there, then we go forward. Coming from, you know, where we come from, our you know, our upbringings or whatever, it's like, it's a little more harder, Because if you don't got the love for something or the passion for something, to me it's harder to make it out of something. You know what I'm saying? So one, it starts with that. It starts with a passion and a drive, like the like to do it. You know what I'm saying? Where you just go through tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? You go through tunnel vision and nothing else. All the routes to mess up, you don't even look at them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could go, you know, growing up in the ghetto, you could go like 50 different routes and they could all lead to dead ends, you know what I'm saying? And it could really mess you up.
That's a fact. It's like it's a bridge between home and school.
Yeah, you make a left here, right here, you know what I mean? You wind up doing some other shit. So it's like, if you don't got that love for the, you know, the love for the, and passion for whatever you're doing, it could be, you know, it could be anything. It don't even got to be music. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Just finding the passion to create something. That's kind of what made me just keep going that direction. Like, yo, I love to do this. I gotta hit this dude. I gotta cook up. I gotta do this. So it kept me like, it just kept me staying. It was hard. The shit is hard. You gotta, you know, you're gonna trip. You're gonna trip a couple times, but you gotta stay focused. Be low.
Absolutely.
But it'd be a time where you're gonna have to hit them cameras.
Yeah, you might have to hit some
be looking fried. Yeah, you're gonna be up there not even
know
know how to finesse it. You're gonna be like, yo, that happened to me one time. I went to California to pick up an award for a record I did. And I get there's a red carpet event. Dr. Dre walks by me. I'm like, oh, sweat. Dr. Dre's right there. So I'm already like, I feel like a little fucking, you know, a little speck already. Dr. Dre just walked by. So my whole shit is shitted on. He just shitted on my whole shit. So now Swiss Beats walks by. Oh, shit. I'm shitted on again. And then the person that's with me is telling me, yo, you got to do your interview to these cameras behind me. I turn around. There's like 5 cameras there. So I had to do an interview with 5 different cameras. It was like an ASCAP camera, a billboard camera, man, different cameras. And I was there fried, like, yo, I said the same story for each camera, word for word, I swear. Something I would have done differently was definitely not take a pub deal. A fucking publishing deal. Listen, man, a publishing deal is like, you could go into the bank and get a loan towards your mechanicals and royalties and come off better than going to a pub company and giving up a portion of your record. You know what I'm saying? So I would have definitely changed taking a publishing deal. I would encourage the up and coming producers, just take one song admin deals for each song, let them collect 10%, let them get 10% of whatever they collect. And that's it, keep it moving. Don't do no large commitment publishing deals. It's not worth it.
So if it was a 12 producer commandments book you had to write, tell me 3 commandments that would be in it.
3 commandments that producers gotta definitely obey?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a dope ass question. Alright, definitely don't come into the game like, alright, because we be having like favorite producers that we look up to. Like I looked up to Swiss, Timberland, you know what I'm saying? Buck Wild, good producers. My man Scram Jones, you know, nice, another good producer, friend of mine. You don't want to sound like these people. So I encourage every producer that looks up to another producer, be encouraged by what they created and be motivated off what they created, but don't be so, not say so motivated, because I want your motivation to be at an all-time high.
Be authentic about the
Be authentic about it, like, all right, this person added this and did this, chopped this up and did this. All right, let me create, not my version of that, because that's already that. Go in there and just get creative, you know what I'm saying? Get motivated over what they created. Yo, they dope, they made some fire. Let me go cook up. But don't come into the game sounding like the people you was motivated by. That's all. Because I think at that point, you just copying somebody's craft. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the commandments would be no swagger jacket.
Yeah, coming straight original. Right. Don't steal nobody wave. Don't try to be like, yo, this is my new wave. And it's already been done. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's already been done. It's not new. It's not a new wave. You know what I'm saying? It's been done. So if you're gonna come in like that, always give shout to the people that paved the way for that type of wave. You know what I'm saying? Always show them love. Like,
absolutely, and I never agree with like young artists or like young fans now who be like, oh, they don't gotta respect like say like a Little Kim and a Nicki Minaj. I'll be like, y'all bugging. Like you gotta you gotta pay respect. Like
you gotta show love.
Big Daddy Kane, like Rakim, all them great ones. Like you gotta show love. So
definitely.
Commandment.
That's one.
That's one commandment. So,
second commandment.
It don't gotta be the second neither. Like you could just be
all right,
dropping
just name some joints.
But this is a good like little like excerpt for you to write at some point in life. Write a 12 producer commandments book.
That's fire. That's definitely a producer's definitely going. Producer life, they gonna connect to it. They gonna be like, oh yeah, facts. So it's like.
Or rap it.
Yup, that'll be one. Definitely make it like a new thing. See, put me on to some shit. It's fire. So like, all right. So that's one. A second one would be keep your sound broad. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like certain artists, you might just cook that type of beat. Keep your sound very broad. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind the like some once in a while exercise your talent to cook some pop records. You know what I'm saying? Cook some even if you want to go country, wherever you want to go with it, just don't keep your sound real broad. Like come in not swagger jacking, come in original, keep your sound broad so you can have a nice broad spectrum. So when people go to you, they can pick from like 5 different folders, you know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of diverse. So be diverse. You know, sonics that as a producer can lay down that could just gear the vibe. You gearing the feeling. That's what producers do. We're basically gearing the feeling. And then the rapper paints the picture right there. Boom. Once the feeling is geared, they take off. You know what I'm saying? So